7 outboard brands are sitting on dealer lots, in used boat listings, and in marina storage yards right now, priced below what they are actually worth, because recreational buyers walk straight to the 2 or 3 names they already know and never look sideways. Some of these brands have been powering motors sold under famous labels for decades without anybody talking about it. Some are running commercial fleets, rescue operations, and government vessels on the exact technology that recreational buyers are dismissing without a second look. Every single one of them has a documented reliability case and a real pricing advantage. None of them get the attention they have earned. Starting with number 7. Number 7, Torqeedo. Founded in 2005 near Munich, Germany, Torqeedo has been the global market leader in electric marine propulsion for 20 years. The recreational market does not talk about them because the motors do not run on gasoline. The operators who rely on them daily are a different crowd. Electric ferry services running Bangkok's canal system, workboat crews inside the port of Hamburg, and the Dutch lifeboat builder Verhoef, whose full-time rescue vessels run Torqeedo's commercial deep blue propulsion system. By 2020, Torqeedo had delivered over 100,000 electric motors across the globe. In 2024, Yamaha Motor completed its full acquisition of Torqeedo, placing Yamaha's global distribution and service network behind every product. The cruise and travel outboard lines cover portable dinghy propulsion through 80 horsepower equivalent, with zero fuel costs and near zero maintenance compared to any gasoline motor putting in the same hours. For boats operating in protected waterways, national parks, or any freshwater system where gasoline engines are restricted, Torqeedo is not one choice among several. It is the only one that works. Number 6, E-Propulsion. E-Propulsion makes the Spirit 1.0 Plus, which is the best-selling electric outboard motor on the market globally by unit volume. Most recreational buyers have never encountered the brand once. The Spirit series runs on brushless direct drive technology, which E-Propulsion was the first electric marine manufacturer to introduce at scale, eliminating gears and belts from the drive system entirely and significantly reducing the mechanical wear that shortens conventional motor life. The X series, unveiled in 2023, moved the lineup into the 12 to 40 kilowatt power range, making it genuine primary propulsion for larger recreational boats, commercial tenders, and charter operations. The X40 model achieves a powertrain efficiency rating of 88.2%, which is an industry-leading number by a meaningful margin. All E-Propulsion motors carry IP67 waterproofing, meaning they are rated for temporary full submersion. The price point competes directly with Torqeedo while often coming in lower. For fishing, dinghy, sailboat tender, or any application where quiet zero-emission performance matters, this brand is delivering. Most of the buyers who would benefit the most have never once typed the name into a search engine. Number 5, Oxe Marine. Oxe Marine was founded in 2012 in Sweden with a single ambition: build a high-performance diesel outboard at horsepower levels that actually matter for real work. Nobody had done it before. The Oxe 150 uses a 2-liter turbocharged diesel engine mounted horizontally rather than vertically, an orientation that Oxe says delivers better lubrication and longer service life. A patented carbon fiber belt drive replaces the conventional bevel gears, handling the torque transfer to the prop shaft while absorbing shock loading that destroys standard gearboxes under hard commercial use. The Oxe 300 runs a 3-liter BMW inline-6 turbo diesel and carries a 10,000-hour operation rating, a service life figure no gasoline outboard comes close to matching. Oxe Marine's own specifications put wide-open throttle fuel consumption on the 150 at 8.5 gallons per hour against 13 to 14 gallons per hour for a comparable gasoline outboard at the same speed. Primary buyers are governments, search and rescue teams, military units, and commercial fishing operations. Oxe assembles the 150 through 200 horsepower family in Albany, Georgia. The yacht owner who needs the tender on the same diesel fuel as the main vessel, or the commercial operator who cannot afford downtime, has a motor built for exactly that. Most have never heard the name. Number 4. Mariner. Mercury Marine launched Mariner in Australia in 1974 and brought it to the United States and Europe in 1976. The strategic reason was simple. Outboard Marine Corporation ran Johnson and Evinrude, two separate brands giving them twice the dealer presence. Mercury created Mariner as its answer. Early Mariner motors were built by Yamaha under a joint venture between Brunswick Corporation and Sanshin Industries, Yamaha's outboard manufacturing subsidiary in Hamamatsu. The Federal Trade Commission ended that arrangement. By the time electronic fuel injection arrived in 1986, the engines had converged completely. Mercury Marine's own published company history puts it directly. From that point forward, Mercury and Mariner were mechanically the same outboard under different paint and different decals. Nothing else separated them. Mercury stopped US Mariner sales in 1999, but the brand continues in Europe and Australia. On the US used market, Mariner outboards from the 80s and 90s sell below equivalent Mercuries from the same production year because buyers do not recognize the name. Any Mercury mechanic services them without additional training. Any Mercury parts supplier has what you need. The motor is Mercury. Be sure to check our guides that break down exactly what dealers, marinas, and lenders don't want you to know in the description, as mistakes are costly. Number 3. Force Marine. Force outboards trace back to Chrysler Corporation's Marine division, which Chrysler sold in the early 1980s following financial troubles. Bayliner, operating as US Marine Corporation, bought the Chrysler outboard assets to supply engines for its own boat packages. The line ran under the Force name through the 80s. Brunswick Corporation acquired Bayliner in the mid-80s, which brought Force under the same roof as Mercury Marine. Mercury took over Force production. As the Chrysler-era tooling aged out through the late 80s and 90s, Force motors transitioned progressively to Mercury-sourced components. Late-model Force outboards from the final years before the line's 1999 discontinuation carry significant Mercury mechanical content by that point in the production history. On the used market, Force outboards sell as throwaway budget motors because almost nobody outside of a small group of older mechanics knows what they are or where the parts come from. Clean, low-hour Force motors from the final production years are being skipped by buyers who see the name and move on. Any mechanic who knows Mercury has everything they need to work on one. Number 2. Nissan Marine. Every Nissan Marine outboard sold in North America from 1984 until the brand's North American discontinuation in 2014 was manufactured by Tohatsu Corporation with Nissan decals applied. Not similar to a Tohatsu, not designed to Tohatsu standards, built at the same facility, on the same production line, with the same components. Nissan Marine leaving the North American market in 2014 means that every used Nissan Marine motor on the market is a Tohatsu whose badge the buyer does not recognize. The price gap between a used Tohatsu and a used Nissan Marine listing for the same motor in the same condition exists because buyers walk past the Nissan name without understanding what is inside it. A Tohatsu-trained technician needs nothing extra to work on one. Parts cross-reference directly. A clean Nissan Marine motor from the final years of North American production is a Tohatsu at a price the badge is creating for you. Subscribe before number 1 if this has already changed how you see the outboard market. Number 1. Tohatsu. Tohatsu Corporation traces back to 1922 in Tokyo. In 1956, they built Japan's first mass-produced outboard motor, a 1.5 horsepower engine, starting a production run that now exceeds 5 million units total. Tohatsu is presently the second largest outboard motor manufacturer in the world. In 1988, Tohatsu and Brunswick Corporation, the parent company of Mercury Marine, established a joint manufacturing venture called Tohatsu Marine Corporation. That arrangement has direct consequences for what buyers think they are buying off the shelf. Mercury 4-stroke outboards from 4 horsepower to 30 horsepower are manufactured by Tohatsu. The buyer who walked into a Mercury dealer and put a Mercury outboard under 30 horsepower on their boat may have driven home with a Tohatsu built at the Komagane facility in Nagano, Japan. Nissan Marine's entire North American lineup was Tohatsu. Evinrude's motors at 15 horsepower and below from 2011 onward carried Evinrude decals on Tohatsu-built engines. 3 of the most recognized names in recreational outboards have been moving Tohatsu-built motors for decades. A new Tohatsu 4-stroke in the same horsepower class as a Mercury typically carries a lower price, a 5-year limited warranty, and comes off the same production floor. The commercial fishing operations, surf life-saving organizations, and maritime service fleets in 200 countries that run these motors every day already know. The recreational market is still figuring it out. The pattern across all 7 is the same one you find anytime a well-built product sits under a name the market has not validated yet. The motor costs less than the badge next to it. Torqeedo, E-Propulsion, Oxe Marine, Mariner, Force, Nissan Marine, and Tohatsu all have documented track records, real parts, and service networks, and pricing advantages the recognized brands cannot match at equivalent performance. Do the homework, and the motor that fits your application might already be available at a price you were not expecting to find. If this changed how you are looking at the outboard market, drop it in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.